Hello, hello.
Hello, West Ham fans.
Good
Happy
evening.
Thursday. Nearly Friday.
It's Thursday night, it's a new Friday.
It is, mate.
Now we're here on the bloody show. You listening, Russ? How are we all doing? Hang on a minute, let's get our faces on, shall we?
There we go. We're coming.
Hey!
How we doing, West Ham fans? How we doing?
Here we go.
We're on the up in a minute. Loving the Bill and Ted music. Yeah, wasn't my choice. It exists, to be fair.
Loving it.
Loved it. Evening. How we doing? How's the week been? West Ham on the up as always.
Who we got in here
Top four.
tonight?
Oi. Yes, Carl. How you doing, mate?
Come on, Carl. I'm stoked with the old start to the season. See that?
I'll tell you what. How we stop the big man. We are going to get into that later on in tonight's show. Alvarez, how we stop the big man.
How do we stop?
How do we stop the big man?
Right, let's get this rock music off. Let's talk.
Listen.
Let's talk proper. I'm seeing double.
Seeing double?
Double?
No, do you know what? That's quite funny because go on, put that one on there because no one says we look like brothers at all. I think we look completely opposite. So you know what, mate?
Yeah,
You're the
you have
first
to
one.
fix your hair a little bit better today, though.
Yeah, it needs a haircut.
Sometimes you let it drop a little bit.
We're for West Ham and West Ham
Yeah,
only,
that's
mate,
right,
right?
that's right,
And a
that's
bit
right.
of England tonight as well.
Steve Brown, where you been the last couple of weeks?
Steve, mate, we've been here 3 weeks in a row, mate.
This is the third week on the bounce. We aren't actually here next week, so sorry to disappoint everybody.
Yeah, but you're good.
But we've been here the last 2 weeks, Steve.
Tell Steve what our YouTube channel
Tell you
is.
what, let's get a little banner up here.
Steve, you've teed us up here, mate. We can now give ourselves a bit of promotion, I think. So
yeah.
this is who we are.
Oh,
We are the West Ham View. We're going to plug our little banner at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, notifications should be on. We just up nearly at 120 subscribers now. Thankfully, last week, guys, you got us to 100. So we're moving ever so slowly. We put a video out tonight on our 25-man squad review. We've got another one coming up in a few days on the Europa League squad and stuff. So check it out. We're all here for feedback in the day, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're new, mate, but Steve, yeah, we've been here for a few weeks. So
We've been here
glad
for a
you're
while. Another thing as well, we have a Facebook group. It's been going since 2012. It's called The West Ham View, which is why we're now got a podcast called Aywhv West Ham View. Over 38,000 members. Over 38,000
Yeah, we're doing all right.
So join up if you haven't already. There's normally loads of questions to join. Just put West Ham Network, West Ham Network, West Ham Network, and you'll be allowed in straight away. What other banners we got for you? Oh yeah, one more sellout. Do us a favour,
Hit the like button.
West Ham
On the West Ham Network, let's do the West. Yeah, they might do.
They've let us come on 3 weeks on the bounce, so
You never know,
pretty
do you?
positive. We'll have a little break next week, and then we'll be back. So, boom.
So we'll go through the little agenda for tonight's show then.
Let's
We should
do it.
Numbers are a bit less tonight, but I'm sure people will join as they come. But we'll just go through.
That'll be
We've got the hardcores in the chat anyway. What we're chatting through tonight. So we've got the England games coming up. International games are usually a bit boring, aren't they? But
I mean, I appreciate no one will have much interest, so we'll keep it
Whiz
short
through
and sweet on the England front, and then we'll jump into Luton.
yeah, Luton review, man of the match performance from Zuma. Lots of shout outs there. And the Europa League predictions. And all. We've got a video coming up on our channel, but we want to chat to you guys about the group stage and the groups of death and see what you guys think about that. And then also we've got how we stop the big man, which is why you're probably all here tonight, because we're going to tell you.
Yeah, we're going to tell you all about it. I used to play against Haaland back in under 15.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah, Cresswell did. Yeah.
Quality player.
But So and then the window's closed, isn't it? So we're going to check out our thoughts on the squad as we mentioned. So yeah,
it's all free, Carl. Promise. All free. I wish there was a tenner to join, but yeah, I wouldn't be sat here tonight for sure. No, I'm joking. I love being here. We love it. Evening, chaps. Hello, Sean. How you doing,
how you
mate?
doing, Sean? How you doing?
The dream been sold to the fans if the Saudis would take the club over. Yeah, been a few things going on, but
we've made good signings. Do you know what? I don't think we need it, to be honest. We've made good signings. We're already paying Ings about 120 grand a week, so I think we should start rebudgeting instead of getting the owners in. Silly money. That's why they don't want to leave. That's why they didn't go to Everton. Right. Yeah, we can dive in. So there is the England flag. There it is.
So Ukraine away. Jack Cooper will be there, won't he?
He will be there, yeah, and that's the qualifier, isn't it? That's the qualifier. He's at every away game, isn't he, Jack? He's everywhere. Hello, Barry. How you doing, mate?
There ain't much to say really, other than Southgate's a see you next Tuesday.
Bowen should be in that squad. Ward-Prowse should be in that squad.
The thing that annoyed me was there's a couple Chelsea lads that got called up. Or Lewis Hall is now on loan.
Cowell, whatever his name is, Lewis Cowell.
I don't know the other geezer's name, but so Grealish has had to drop out.
Really?
And Saka did, or someone else, and they've replaced them with a couple youngsters.
That's it. Yeah,
And I don't get it.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I don't get it. But evening guys, how we doing?
But yeah, just quickly predictions. So I reckon it's easy. I mean, the big one is really obviously I think we'll turn Ukraine over, but the Scotland England one's going to be a feisty one. That's a friendly. But yeah, that's just a real quick run through of what's going on in the weekend. I'm gutted there's no football really. Yeah, absolutely gutted.
No one really wants it, do they? Let's be honest. Is anyone even going to watch the games? Is anyone in the comments going to watch the games?
Southgate out, really.
Southgate
that's the
out.
thing, isn't it? Yeah, Southgate out.
Yeah. No
Man City, we're coming for you. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? Like, fair enough.
I agree. I think we'll swiftly move on.
Yeah. The Luton review. So what a game. I mean, it was a nice start to the weekend. It could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Could have.
You know, you start your weekend on a Friday night. If your team are losing, then that's it for the weekend, really, isn't it? You're not a happy bunny.
No, and I think to go to Kenilworth Road and first of all, their first home game of the season. You expect an atmosphere, and there was one, but there was a bit of a there was all. What was they saying to Bowen? They're saying
they were saying about his missus, weren't they? Danny Dyer was giving her some stick. Bowen
slag or whatever.
Yeah, Bowen shut him up.
It's not nice. But then Bowen done what he done, and he put it in the back of the net. Got a little.
Jared Bowen. I mean, he's at the ground running, isn't he? I mean, you look at Jared Bowen. He's the first player to score 3 away games since Vic Watson in the 1930-31 season. So we definitely burnt the bat for that one. But
you were there that third game, weren't you?
Yeah, but you look at it though, and you think, you know, he started unbelievably. I mean, the keeper probably should have saved it, but look at the crowd getting him from the stick there. He's loving it, mate.
Yeah,
he's absolutely loving it.
On the left there.
Yeah, he's fuming. But their keeper should have saved it, really. But it was a great start to the game, and you can talk about the Paqueta cross, can't you? And the Aywhv build-up play and all. I mean, what a ball that was!
What a ball! I mean, there's been a lot of reaction since the game, but because it was on a Friday night, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels like it was ages ago now, and it was nearly 5-6 days ago. But obviously, it's the first opportunity we've got to talk about it on the West Ham Network channel. So, brilliant ball. Header was all right. It was on target, and that's what they say. Get it on target. That's all that matters.
Totally.
And off the back of that, you take an early lead. And I mean, funny stat. We had 504 passes. Don't know why I've got this off the top. 504 passes.
He's definitely done his research.
And over the first 3 games before Luton, we had 502 passes in total.
Wow. Just sat back, didn't we?
502 passes across the 3 games, and we had 504 passes against Luton, which is unreal. Moyes says we have missed Soucek. Really poor, Marcus. He said that, did he?
We've missed him because he's been missing for the last 2 seasons. He's just basically turned back up for the last few games, isn't he?
Yeah.
We're Luton fans watching from their back. I mean, you walk into the ground, don't you, apparently, and you literally see people putting their washing lines up.
Yeah.
Like,
Someone washing their plates.
Yeah.
Someone else, but
it was a good game, and I think the main shout out from me. I mean, Kurt Zouma. What a game Kurt Zouma had, and he even gave it some stick. I mean, when we scored the second goal, the away fans were behind the goal, but he still chose to run to the Luton fans and give it to them, which I love, to be honest. He played out of his skin. He suits the captain's armband. I know there's been a bit of history behind Kurt Zouma. What I've seen in a West Ham shirt since he's had the armband has been really positive. And look how high he gets up there. I mean,
what a leap that is!
Yeah,
what a leap.
If he's, and we can go back to it. I mean, last season, the season before last, we was quality our set pieces.
Yeah,
we dropped off, didn't we? We dropped off, and we brought in more Prowse. And he puts it on a plate. He puts it on a plate, doesn't he? I mean,
he does.
Zouma's got to be licking his lips. Aywhv, obviously, have always scored. You look at the goal scorers already this season. You've already had 2 centre-backs score.
Yeah.
Emerson scored an offside goal.
It's just the quality of delivery, isn't it? Yeah, you can't. It's second to none. Obviously, there's rumours that Ward-Prowse has picked up a knock in training. I wouldn't read too much into it. I think it's something. I think they all had a little break. What do you think of that? Because obviously we've had a good start to the season.
Yeah,
and Moyes has decided to give the lads a little break. I think because we had a Friday night game as well. So
I think you've got to
international
break. I think they deserve a bit of a break. Do you think? I think after the momentum. I mean, you've got a week off anyway. I think give him a couple of days off.
Yeah, you're nice, mate.
No,
you're well nice.
No, you put Zouma was in beast mode. He was tearing him apart. No one could handle it. He said, "We really miss Soucek in interview."
Really,
we're on fire, mate. We don't need to be missing anyone. So I don't think so. I think Aywhv is world class at the moment. He's started off really well. Ward-Prowse, Paqueta. I like it when Paqueta's tucked in a bit, as we did our review last week, didn't we? The lineups.
Yeah.
Personally, like Paqueta in the middle. Yeah, Captain Kurt, Barry, you're spot on, mate. And I know you every week, so shout out for tuning in. Yeah, he's been doing fantastic. But Yeah, there's one thing I hate being negative, and it's not negative at all because we're scoring goals, we're scoring a hell of a lot of goals.
Yeah.
We haven't kept the clean sheet yet this season.
No.
I think Brighton, especially, and also Luton, them last kind of 5-10 minutes of the game, we seem to drop in our concentration. I think that could be fitness related. I think
Could be.
we work our socks off to defend, don't we, for so long.
It's a low block, isn't it?
Mm.
But as I said last week before the game, I said, we're going to have more of the ball.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
We all knew we was going to have more of the ball, and it was just nice to see us playing it and generally creating chances. I know we didn't probably play as well as we could have, but just the confidence that we can actually have the ball and not get caught on the counter ourselves or anything like that. I know it's Luton we're talking about here, but
at the end of the day, you play what's in front of you, and Luton and West Ham at the time. Hello, Lucas Paqueta fan. Meow. Lucas Paqueta fan. Anyway, back to business. You play what's in front of you.
Yeah, you do.
That was really funny. That was a Lucas Paqueta fan sent me.
Clip that, someone.
That'll be a TikTok. Yeah, but you look at again back to business, right? Luton and West Ham with the lowest possession percentage, like out of all the teams going to that game. So I expected us to take control. Kenilworth Road, their first home game of the season, is never going to be easy. You've got to remember that. I mean, throughout the season, I think it will dip off in terms of the atmosphere. It's a night game.
Yeah.
We had it at its hardest. I think we had it at its hardest. And you look at the Fleury players, probably wasn't their kind of ideal kind of night, was it?
Fleury. I love it when you say Fleury.
What? Fleury players. Yeah, Lucas Paqueta.
Fleury.
Yeah, that's what
Fleury. Is that a word?
Down a bit. Yeah, it was what we do with one.
Right. So we want to talk Europa League. Of course, we want to talk Europa League, right? So let's change the background. Hang about.
What we got in the locker? Screenshot. Bang. Europa League. We're back in the Europa League.
That is sexy.
What have we done? We've completed the Conference League, haven't we, lads?
Oh, we have. We
completed it. We've got a video coming out on our page on the review itself, but we've had the Europa League draw, and we was obviously top seeded. We was number one, I think. Were we in the draw? And we was out within minutes. It's just nice to see that we was top seeded.
It's nice. We're obviously. I know this is a stop Haaland live, but we'll get to him.
Yeah, stick about for that.
We've got the secret recipe, but we'll show you the banner. So we have just recently recorded a little video.
Yeah, make sure you stick it in.
Road to Dublin, that'll be coming out very soon. But let's run through the group. You guys have obviously all seen it.
And what do we think about the group, guys? Do you think it's one of our easier group stages, or do you think it's one of our? It's obviously. I think it's harder than the last Europa League group stage we had. How do we feel about Olympiacos? Anyone going to be going to the away games, or what are we thinking?
So Olympiacos, obviously, Grace Barry.
She's loving it. So that's going to be screenshotted, and her dad's going to see that.
Go on, girl.
Up the West Ham.
Up the West Ham. So Olympiacos. Again, we've spoke about it in our recent video that's about to go live, but we'll talk about it for the people that are watching tonight. Now, how they started this season? So they've won all 3 games.
Olympiacos have started really well. Yeah, they've won 3 out of 3. They finished 3rd in the league last season. I mean, the Greek league's probably not. It's probably not the toughest league, but they've finished top 3 and they're a respectable side. They've been about the block, probably a few Champions League fixtures, and they've just signed a few new players as well. Actually, they've signed Podence from Wolves, top signing, also on a free transfer. They've signed Jovic as well. So they've brought in a few, known Premier League players.
What happened to Jovic, by the way?
He was on fire at City, wasn't he? Remember that season, and he just kind of dropped off. But
he'll be looking about Jovic.
Sorry, Jovic, not Jovic. Yeah, good for that. So they've got a few players coming. They've got a few, they've got a few good players coming. It ain't going to be an easy game, is it? I know you said in our video about the away support. It's going to be absolutely fire, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we could have had a harder group.
We could have had a harder group, as Barry said.
I think looking at Olympiacos, okay. Now they, as you just said, a very good team.
Yeah.
They're coming actually to the London Stadium with high alert. So teams like Tottenham, Millwall, if we ever had them. They've come to the ground with high alert. Pardon?
Can't say them swear words around here, mate. Millwall.
No, I know. But I think they're going to come with a massive following, and teams in the Europa League this season, they're going to have something to prove against us. They're going to want to beat us because, at the end of the day, we are European champions, right? We're Conference League champions, so they'll have if Freiburg turn us over, not only have they beat us, West Ham,
but European champions,
beating the Conference League current champions, and we all saw what Rome had done last year.
Mm-hmm.
They
got to the final.
They got to the final.
Shows what we can.
It shows what we can do. So
Olympiacos, Serbia. Serbian trip would be decent. Showing me our ban for Freiburg. But you look at Freiburg, and they've had a good start. They've won 2, lost 1. They finished 5th last season. And to be honest, you look at that game and you think, you know, we don't. German side, you look, it reminds me of Frankfurt a little bit. They set up really well, tough to play against. And obviously, Frankfurt caught us cold in the first few minutes. There's one for us to be screwed on for sure.
Yeah.
It's a tough group.
Yeah, as you say, German teams are always hard to play against.
Yeah.
There was Freiburg again. There was only 3 points off of Champions League spots last season, so they're no mugs. They're no mugs.
What did they win? Nothing.
No, but I think this is actually going to be a tougher group than people think. Bar the Serbian team, I think Olympiacos home and away is going to be hard.
Oh, it's going to be tough. Yeah,
It's going to be hard
to
see our predictions. Make sure you watch our YouTube video.
Definitely, yeah. Moyes ball's perfect for Europe. Yeah, Freiburg will be a tricky one. And needs some Lingard. So that's interesting, Charlie, because I don't think Lingard can make the group stage squad. You pinned Charlie's comment at the bottom, Sam. I don't think Lingard can make the squad because we've registered the squad too late, so he can't make the group stage games.
No.
Obviously, he can play in the Premier League if we sign him, but will that be a big miss? His central's tweet on the squad, Lingard at the bottom, but I don't think he can make the Europa League group stage games. But what's going to be quite good is obviously when the likes of Ben Rama, the likes of Kudus go off to the AFCON Cup of Nations, hopefully we'll have that cover. I mean, I'm still not sold on Jesse Lingard himself, but you know,
he's posting all this stupid stuff on his Instagram again, isn't he?
About forgiving him and stuff. But he needs to say it. You know, I'm not all for the tweets and just say it as it is, mate. But I think Moyes ball is perfect for Europe. I think you sit back, you counter attack, you suck up the pressure, and you get the result. You know, it's not all about the performance; it's about getting the 3 points. So. Yeah, and the knockout games as well. I think looking at the groups of death, there was a few comments on about Brighton's group. Good to see it.
Let me just get that on there quickly.
It's just there, mate.
No, that's the other one.
Oh right. It'd be good to look at because Brighton have got Ajax, they've got Marseille, they've got Athens as well, and they're from Greece. So Ajax is not going to be an easy game. Marseille is not going to be an easy game.
No.
So that's one thing to think about. And also the Champions League draw. There was a group of death there. There was Milan, PSG, Newcastle.
Yeah,
and I think it was Dortmund. So one of them teams could drop. So it's vital that we finish top of our group.
Yeah, but I think group of death wise, because that's what it's always called, whether it be Champions League, whatever, is Group B.
Yeah,
Ajax, Marseille, two clubs with massive history in these competitions.
Marseille were final conference there a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, and Brighton, obviously, you know, we turn Brighton over, but I think it's going to be a really, really tough game. Barry said, I'd love to see Mbama be top scorer for us in Europe. You know what you forget as well last year, and also it's someone that we could end up playing against, is Skamaka. He played a big part in those those group stage games. Cornet, he scored a few and got an assist. And I think, could you imagine we end up playing against Skamaka in the knockout stages, in a knockout game around the 16 or something like that?
He's no mug, is he? He can score goals. It'd be a tough one to defend against. It really will be. Yeah, he did well for us. It was a shame. So 2 teams did qualify. I saw a comment in there, but I wish Skamaka worked out. But the Bayern Mbamba, I saw someone say only time I can see him getting game times if he scores 6 goals, which is such a shame because he's a prospect, and we spoke about in our video about Evan Ferguson, how he's a similar age and he's just absolutely killing it for Brighton. I'd love to see him get a few more minutes, and he's probably hoping that Ings or Antonio picks up an injury to kind of get a bit of minutes.
Yeah, as you say, Charlie, I personally would, and if he picked up an injury, Ings, I think Antonio doesn't do a full 9, does he? He can't, especially as we at the moment. He probably could at the moment because we're doing 1 game a week. But has he gone up for international? Is it the same for
Jamaica? I don't know. I don't think so.
But I think Mbama's chance will come this season. We're going to have a lot of games, whether it be in a Carabao or that Carabao, the one that Tottenham are in. They're
all out, didn't they?
FA Cup, Europa League. So I think Mbama will definitely be getting involved. Absolutely.
So where's talking to Tottenham? So what group are they in? Are they in the Conference League? They're not in anything.
No, they're not. They're not.
Tottenham
this season. I mean, obviously they've had a really good start, same as us.
Yeah, they've done well in the league domestically, but in the cup, obviously, as you know, they don't do well in cup competitions. They seem to drop off quite quickly, which is just the culture of Tottenham.
Shame, isn't it?
Nah. Evan Ferguson's a bit younger, mate. I think he's 18. I think the final level is 19, 20. But Ling's out. We'll see. But that's kind of the Europa League predictions. I think overall, I hope this group, we don't want to find ourselves playing a Champions League team in the round of 32. One more thing before we switch over, though, is the Liverpool group. I mean, come off it. It couldn't really get much easier. Toulouse, yeah, they're an okay side, but you look at the other two, they should absolutely rinse that league, shouldn't
They should, yeah. That's one team. I mean, they're favourites, aren't they, to win the competition?
Yeah,
outright. I mean, that's one team you do not want to meet at any stage. I mean, even looking at everyone else, who's going to beat Liverpool?
No,
Roma, Leverkusen, Villarreal. There's some good teams.
Who's your favourite? What would you want to do then away from home? If you pick one team, we did mention it in our video, but obviously tell the people.
If I could pick, I've never been to Portugal, so I'll probably pick Lisbon.
Yeah,
Lisbon.
And they did well last year, knocked down Arsenal.
Yeah, they definitely did well. So yeah, that's our.
How about you guys? Where would you want to go if you pick one? If you pick one team in Europe, for me personally, it would be Rangers. I think that'd be a proper game, away from home, feisty game.
That'd be feisty though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we nearly met them in the Europa League final.
We should have
a couple of years ago.
Imagine that final in the Europa League, West Ham v Rangers. I mean, that would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up having like 2,000 Rangers fans requesting to join our group.
Again, yeah.
They wanted our tickets because obviously we had won the ballots and whatever it may be. So, yeah. Is it time to talk about
how we stop the big man?
How
do we stop the big man? This is why you're all here. We've got the master plan. We're going to actually get it up, and then we're going to go into a bit of detail. But this is how you stop the big man. This is how you stop the big man. Get Erling Haaland banned from Association of Football because he's just not fair. He's not fair. He's too good. But we're going to have to give it a go. We're going to have to tell you how we think we're going to stop him. But he's just not fair. He's not fair. He's just world class, isn't he, Haaland? I mean, it's a shame we don't. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago we had Super Craig Dawson, and he couldn't even sort it out, could he? He got absolutely rinsed for pace. I mean, look, Haaland at the end of the day is Haaland, but we've got. What do we do, mate? What do we do?
Erling Haaland, I think
you just go
through. We're gonna play with a low block, right? I think if you sort the TV out.
Yeah, of course.
I think if you have a high line, it's going to get him behind, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like yes, he'd be a predator, and he would be in around the 6-yard box when we attempt to do. Oh, there's a little feature there. Look, when we attempt to do our low block and we sit really deep, he's going to be still causing issues in that 6-yard box. But personally, I think Moyes will end up going with a back five.
Yeah.
We could see Ogbonna, Aywhv, and Zuma at the back three in whatever formation. And then Alvarez will be sitting deep, and he'll be probably man marking him because if you've got 3 behind, I know we're talking about one player here, but the guy scored
38 goals. I think it might
36. I think was it last season.
Loads of goals, yeah.
You've got to have numbers. You've got to have bodies, and I think we'll go 5 at the back. I think we'll have Emerson, Aguard, Ogbonna, Zuma, Kufau. Alvarez sitting. I don't want to be sitting with 6 at the back, but I do think, well,
you know what though, we're not going to control possession against City. We're not going to be, you look at our possession stats. Apart from Luton, we've sat back anyway. Brighton, Chelsea, and it's worked.
Yeah.
If we go, for me personally, it's not really about the result. It's actually about how we play and how we set up. But to go back to the point of how we do stop the big man, we take him out, we wipe his legs out, or we just stick Alvarez, we stick Aguard, we stick Ogbonna, we stick Emerson, and we stick Kufau on him at once.
Numbers, literally numbers.
Forget the rest of the team. Just stop the big man. Just stop the big man. I mean, tell us down below. Will you be captaining Haaland in the weekend or not? That's a big question. I might captain Areola. I think we'll keep a clean sheet.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Come on. I will be captaining Haaland.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
I will be. He scored 2 against us last season. In fact, he scored what? I was going to say he scored home and away, but how many other teams show Haaland the bottom of the head and shoulders stretch?
Yeah, he's got, mate. Honestly, he just ties out when he lets his hair down. He's like a girl, doesn't he? But,
he does. He does.
He's he's a scary bloke. He's a scary bloke.
Yeah, he might be a though. Don't know, do you?
You don't know these days, no.
But he does look funny though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he does look funny.
He's a scary old bloke. And I saw he recently signed a deal with Prime, didn't he, in KSI and Logan Paul in the goal, and he's just shooting shots at them, and they're just shit scared.
Yeah,
honestly, he's so scared.
Yeah.
You've got to bully him out, and the cat needs to stick it to him. Yeah, well, you're not wrong. Kurt Zuma's used to kicking up things, so just kick up.
Kick lumps.
That's what you've got to do.
Mark R says 4-1-4-1. Alvarez and Antonio are the ones. Yeah, and let's stop. Let's actually think about
strategically out. Yeah,
right. Because it's been working. We've been able to score from counter attack. So 4-1-4-1. If you don't go 5 at the back, you can actually continue the way we've been playing. Bowen, Antonio, and Kudus. He scored that free kick tonight. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Left peg, in off the was it in off the post or did the keeper push on?
Bit of a dodgy bit of keeping, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Talking of free kicks, Cresswell also scored in the friendly against Ipswich today behind closed doors as well. But yeah, Cresswell on the bench. But I like this. I think why change what's been going well for the last 3-4 weeks? I know it's City, but you know you can't.
I think we're going to obviously carry on with the same game plan. I think if Susek is available, he probably will play him over Ben Rama or Kudus, and he'll put Paqueta on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
And then Kudus can be that impact side, but he'll get more minutes than he would have against
Luton.
Today.
Yeah, there's a couple of things as well on the City game. Obviously, Diaz, I don't know if you saw what Diaz said. It might have been about a year ago now. And he said, who's the one person you hate going up against? He said Antonio, because Antonio holds the ball up. He scored that overhead kick against him. Well, overhead.
Yeah, he scored that overhead kick against City a couple of seasons ago. Look, it's a game with nothing to lose. We're not going into it off the back of, a couple losses. We've got
unbeaten.
Bowen, who loves to score against City. So I'm quietly optimistic about the game. More on the performance. If we walk away with anything from the game, it's a success, obviously.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a quiet confidence that actually this could be another good performance and we walk away happy. But if it ends up being 3 or 4,
it will get a bit. Yeah. But what? We've started off well. I mean, I spoke to a few West Ham fans, and we've almost set a little cushion, haven't we? So you've got obviously City, you've got Liverpool coming up the game after, and cheers, mate. Cheers for me one. I'm good. But yeah, you look at like our next few fixtures of City and Liverpool. We've set a nice little cushion, haven't we? So if we do maybe lose a couple of games, we'll still be in and around the top 8. But I do really think we'll give them a good game. And Steve, I'd take a draw, mate. I'd take a draw any day of the week. I mean, Sheffield United. Look at the way they're set.
Do you know the game? And this is why I think we do all right against City. We used to get pumped, but in recent games, Mark Noble's last game, I know it's a couple of seasons ago now, but 2-0 up. And you remember they scored Mahrez penalty late on, finished 2-2. Obviously, we turned them over in the cup a couple of seasons ago. Penalties, but generally,
that seems to give Bowen a kick up the arse, doesn't it? So by all means, if Bowen scores, I'm sure we won't mind.
Definitely.
I don't think Kostan or Dinos, whatever his name is, I don't think he's fit. But again, I think if he is fit, I think he'll go far at the back, and I think he'll include him. I don't know if you guys have seen the highlights on him, but he can score goals as well. So we'll have to see. But
definitely.
City first thing will be What would you think? Like, I don't think so. I think, Mark, I don't think you can judge it off of the game against City because their levels above. Their levels above City, but the way we've started, you've got to be optimistic. Not saying we're going to turn them over. I'm saying if we can give them a game and not leak goals. I mean, from memory, the last few times we played City at home, we've given them a game, but they've always scored goals. It'd be nice to just keep it tight. Soucek starts, yes or no? Do you think Soucek will start? We went over that, and I think he will bring him in. I think Ben Run will come out, as you mentioned, Sam.
Yeah.
Winning with 20% possession isn't impossible. We've done that a few times this season, haven't we? As we know. Look, if we get one shot on target, Antonio strikes it like he's been doing the last few weeks. Edison obviously is a top draw goalkeeper. We just don't. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. No one thought we'd ever beat Brighton. There you go. Yeah. No one thought we'd ever beat Brighton. We slapped them. And Dad's got a funny point there. We was in Lanzarote actually, and Victor Moses scored a good goal. I think Diafra scored a nice one as well, didn't he? So we've beat City in the past. It's not going to be impossible. But how you stop the big man is just a complete and utter.
It's hard work, isn't it?
It's hard work.
But look, coming towards the end of the live stream now, let's just reflect on our thoughts with a window, and we have done it in our recent video. We're going to plug that right now.
Yeah. Make sure you check out the recent one because we kind of talked about the 25-man squad and also the pending situation with Jesse Lingard. So a little what's his head in the bottom? Did you put that in?
What is that? Yeah.
But it's a big squad. We've got a lot of depth. I think from a forward perspective, I think you did mention you'd like to have a left back as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd have liked I'd have liked to have signed another left back. I think Cresswell wanted to leave. Cresswell wanted to leave, and Emerson obviously he's a brilliant player. But if Emerson picks up a knock, you've only got Cresswell, and Cresswell's surely a dog that's had his day, a legend and a good servant to the club. But I feel like we've got the decision right over the last few years in terms of fading out players that are probably a bit older, whether it be Collins. People didn't like it at the time, but let's be honest here, Reed was injured a lot.
Yeah.
Double up on the big man, they've done nothing. You're quite right, Barry. So overall, with the window, I'm a bit gutted we didn't move Cornet on, because it would have actually given us option to maybe bring in someone else on loan, excluding Lingard, a different option. And I thought we should have moved on Ings, and we should have definitely brought in another striker. That's my sort of ending thought, really.
Yeah, but I think yeah, I know you say about Cresswell, but he still played the majority of last season. He's still going to be fit as a fly. I think Emerson, the risk is if he gets injured, right? If you can see him out till January, I wouldn't be surprised if we go back in for Kostic, and pick him up. But I think as long as he stays fit between now and January, I think we'll be absolutely fine. I think Cresswell's more than capable to play in the cup game, to play in Europe, against the Serbian team, for example. I think we'll be all right. I think from a striking perspective, we did our deadline day video last week, and I think we was expecting Ings, was expecting Cornet, was expecting maybe even Bamberska. I don't know, that was just me being optimistic. But we've kept them. And Cornet can play through the middle, remember? Bowen can play through the middle. But Bamba, Ings, and Antonio. So technically we've got five central players as depth. We have.
What I will say is, and I think it could be a massive signing for the future.
Gone.
Andy Irving.
Andy Irving.
What a signing.
So we did sign someone on deadline day, didn't we?
Did.
Andy Irving. Cornet will be offside in the changing room. I mean, he's offside You've got to feel for him, though. I mean, that game against Chelsea, where a lot of people have been saying, if that did count, would he have hit a bit of momentum, a bit of form? You just don't know, do you? You
don't know.
Rico Henry. We was linked with Rico Henry, Barry, I think, a few seasons ago, actually. But, yeah, he's got a bit of finding pace. But I think I think he's my one to watch. I think Emerson will be very good this season. He gets us out of danger quite a lot. We're quite a sit-back team this season, and he's not experienced that. I think he can fire us forward. He won the penalty against Chelsea. He did score against Luton. It was obviously just offside, but I've got high expectations for Emerson this season. I think he's going to do well, and I think he'll definitely play. But I think we've got through most of the points, mate. I think just let's grab on the banner. Let's get it on there. And guys, we've uploaded a video. We've got another one coming out probably midweek as well about the Europa League. It's pretty much all edited up now, so feel free to check it out. And again, feedback's always welcome. So drop us a message. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, we're there. So
absolutely, like, subscribe, turn the notifications on.
And thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for engaging. It's been a good stream.
Right, we'll end it there. Let's just say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, Barry. See you later, Steve.
Have a good weekend, all.
Mr. Doofus. These are the regulars.
Yeah.
They're here every Thursday night.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, all.
Corny is broken. It's a shame that there's no football, no West Ham this weekend, but look.
It's nice to have a break as well.
Nice
We've got to prep ourselves for City next week. But yeah, thanks for watching all. We'll put the thumbnail onto our new video now. Make sure you go check it out after this stream. Get on there, Sam. And again, have a good evening. Great, guys. Video.
Right, good night, guys.
Oh, yeah.